OTAs have wrapped up for the Chicago Bears, which means it is time to give you guys my biggest takeaways from OTAs. So let's go ahead and do that now. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, hit the big red subscribe button down below, people. Make sure you are following me on all my social media platforms. And as always, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, like I mentioned, I'm going to give you guys my 3 biggest takeaways from OTAs now that they are wrapped up, and now we've got mini camp coming up, and then training camp is going to be here before we know it, and then of course the regular season. So let's get into it. All right, so here we go. The first biggest takeaway that I've seen from OTAs for the Bears this offseason has been that we're already seeing a bit of a culture change. Now, folks, when there is a new regime, like a new coaching staff in a front office like the Bears do, it usually takes a little bit for there to be a culture change. Well, Matt Eberflus and his coaching staff, it looks like it's already happening, okay? It looks like it's already happening because you are seeing or have seen the intensity that took place in OTAs, and also the fact that everybody had to prove themselves. Mainly young players, but for the most part, pretty much everybody, because the players that thought they were, in the clear, if you will, and already had their spot secured under Matt Nagy, they have to prove themselves all over again with Matt Eberflus and his coaching staff. So we're talking about, positions, starting positions up for grabs. Once again, players thinking, oh, they already had it in the bag. No, we're talking about you got to prove yourself day in and day out, and you love to see that because it creates competition, it creates urgency, and it creates a culture of accountability where you're only as good as your latest performance, so you better go ahead and bring that every single day. So you are seeing that, or you've seen that with OTAs, is that everybody has had to prove themselves, and the intensity has been insane. So you love to see that. All right, so that's the number 1 biggest takeaway. Number 2, the rookies look good, folks. I mean, they look good. Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, Velus Jones Jr., these rookies look really good, and they are going to be stepping into prime spots. We're talking about, obviously with Kyler and Jaquan stepping into the secondary and potentially starting. We know that there's a very good chance that they do start, and then Velus Jones Jr. could be a contributor right away. Either which way, all 3 of these guys, even if they don't start, which I think they will, they are going to get a significant chance to be able to contribute and make a difference for the Bears this upcoming season. So I really, really think that that is going to obviously be a big plus for the Bears. But yeah, man, they have impressed. The rookies look good, and I cannot wait to see them out on the floor, all right? So that's number 2. And number 3, everybody is high on Justin Fields, all right? Justin Fields getting praised left and right. We're talking about from players like Cole Kmet, coaches obviously like Matt Eberflus, like everybody is high on Fields. We're starting to hear about the changes Fields has made to his game in terms of, his footwork, in terms of, his release. We're hearing so many good things, and I can't wait. I'm very excited. Obviously, we know that there's been a lot of criticism for the Bears in terms of, what they've done around Fields, but at the end of the day, Justin Fields can still improve even without that, all right? So I hope that he makes that leap. I have a good feeling that he probably could make that leap, so let's see what happens here. But yeah, man, everybody is high on Fields, and it looks like the entire thing is being built around Fields like it should be. Even though, it's funny because this regime did not draft Justin Fields, the previous one did, and usually every regime likes to have their own guys. So the fact that everybody's high on Fields, they want to build around Fields, even though he's not their guy, speaks volumes to how talented, how good, and how ready Justin Fields is. So really hoping he has a breakout season in his second year. Let's see what happens. But yeah, folks, my 3 main takeaways. Again, number 1, the culture change. Everybody has to prove themselves with Matt Eberflus and his coaching staff. Number 2, the rookies look good, all right? And they should be able to make an immediate impact. And number 3, everybody's high on Justin Fields. So let me know what you guys think. Have you guys heard about any other main takeaways from OTAs? Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.